Today we're going to talk about testing the gifts. We're going to do it in Bible study form, where I'm not going to tell you what to believe. We're just going to read the Bible and let it speak to you. If you would, pause the video and have prayer and ask the Spirit to guide you. Here we go. Why do we need to test all spiritual manifestations? 1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Why do we need to test all spiritual manifestations? Yes, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. What will the Lord say to many who have prophesied? Matthew 7:22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. So what will the Lord say to many who have prophesied? I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. What did he say would arise in the last days? Matthew 24:24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. What did he say would arise in the last days? Yes, false Christs and false prophets. What four things did Paul tell us we should do? 1 Thessalonians 5:19-21. Quench not the spirit. Despise not prophesyings. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good. According to what word must we test all things? Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. According to what word must we test all things? The first and most important test of a prophet is that his message is in harmony with the law of God and the testimony of earlier prophets. Yes, the answer is to the law and to the testimony. How does a false prophet's appearance deceive people? Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. How does a false prophet's appearance deceive people? They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. How can we distinguish the genuine from the false? Matthew 7:16-20. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. Yes, you shall know them by their fruits. False prophets strengthen the hands of the wicked, so that what? Ezekiel 13:22. Because with lies you have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked way by promising him life. False prophets strengthen the hands of the wicked, so that what? That he should not return from his wicked way. The second test of a prophet is the fruit of his ministry. Does his own life reveal God's character? Does his work bear the marks of the high and holy calling of God? Are people's lives elevated through his influence? What does the accuracy of a prophet's predictions indicate? Jeremiah 28:9. The prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent him. Yes, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent him. What would inaccuracy of prediction indicate? Let's look at Deuteronomy 18:21 and 22. And if thou say in the heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord has not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord has not spoken. But the prophet has spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. What would inaccuracy of prediction indicate? If the thing follow or not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord has not spoken. Yet, even if a sign should come to pass, what in a prophet's message should prove him to be false? Deuteronomy 13:1 through 5. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams, for the Lord your God proveth you, to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Ye shall walk after the Lord your God, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he hath spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God, which has brought you out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which the Lord thy God commanded thee to walk in, so shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. Let us go after other gods that thou hast not known, and serve them. Even if a sign should come to pass, what in a prophet's message would prove him false? Let us go after other gods that thou hast not known, and serve them. Remember the greatest commandment Jesus spoke of in Mark 12:28 and 29. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, "Which is the first commandment of all?" And Jesus answered him, "The first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord." Remember the golden calf that Israel was worshiping while Moses was in the mountain receiving the 10 Commandments? It was a representation of 3 gods in one. Apis, which was the golden calf, was the most important bull deity of ancient Egypt. Apis was one of the first animals in Egypt associated with eternity and divinity. Apis was a symbol of fertility in ancient Egypt. There were many other bull deities in ancient Egypt, but Apis was the dominant one. Apis was originally depicted as a walking bull with a serpent and solar disk between its horns. The solar disk is a representation of Hathor, the mother of Apis. In later periods of Egyptian history, he is depicted as a man with a bull's head. He was always associated with the king of Egypt. Apis is also considered the embodiment of the god Ptah, the creator god. Do you see the 3 gods? Apis, his mother, Hathor, and Ptah, the creator God. Isaiah 44:6 says, "Thus saith the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, I am the first, and I am the last, and besides me there is no God." The third test of a prophet is whether he goes after other gods. If he does not believe in one God, there is no truth in them. What is one key teaching that must be checked? 1 John 4:3. And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is in the world. What is one key teaching that must be checked? That every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. What 2 physical effects did Daniel report from his vision? Daniel 10:17. For how can the servant of this my Lord talk with this my Lord? For as for me, straightway there remained no strength in me, neither is there breath left in me. What 2 physical effects did Daniel report from his vision? There remained no strength in me, neither is there breath left in me. When the prophet Balaam heard the words of God and saw the vision of the Almighty, how was his physical condition described? Numbers 24:4. He hath said, which heard the words of God, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. Although never a conclusive test of divine inspiration, supernatural phenomena accompanying a vision do lend credibility to a prophet's message. But because Satan can counterfeit such signs, we cannot base our confidence in a prophet solely upon physical manifestations. Physical signs are not always present when a prophet receives a revelation. God has often spoken to his prophets in dreams while they were sleeping. We have many members in one body, And in what respect are all members of the body different? Romans 12:4. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. All members have not the same office. What does each member have differently? Romans 12:6. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us. Please also read 1 Corinthians chapter 12, especially verses 4 through 11, 14 through 19, and 28 through 30. The Bible does not say that a true believer has to have any particular gift. Neither does it say that the believer may choose his gift. The Holy Spirit gives different gifts to different people, dividing them severally as He will. Among the signs Jesus said would follow them that believe, they would speak with what? Mark 16:17. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. What would follow them that believe? They would speak with what? New tongues. The word tongue means language. On the day of Pentecost, how did each foreign visitor hear the apostles speak? Acts 2:6. Now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. Every man heard them speak in his own language. A second manifestation of the gift of tongues took place at the house of Cornelius, a Roman centurion, in Acts 10:46. How did Peter explain that the gift of tongues at the house of Cornelius was no different from what was experienced at Pentecost? Acts 11:17. For as much then as God gave them the like gift as He did unto us, who believed on the Lord Jesus Christ, what was I that I could withstand God? Yes, God gave them the like gift as He did unto us, Paul said. The only other recorded instance of tongues in the Bible is Acts 19:6. And there is nothing in the passage to indicate that its manifestation was any different. Though I speak with tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as what? 1 Corinthians 13:1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass, or a tinkling cymbal. What is the only biblically acceptable procedure for speaking in other tongues? 1 Corinthians 14:27. If any man speak in an unknown tongue, let it be by two, or at the most by three, and that by course, and let one interpret. So the answer is by two, or at the most by three, and that by course, and let one interpret. What if there is no one to interpret it? 1 Corinthians 14:28. But if there be no interpreter, let him keep silence in the church, and let him speak to himself and to God. Yes, let him keep silence in the church. Let all things be done unto what? 1 Corinthians 14:26. How is it then, brethren, when ye come together, every one of you hath a psalm, hath a doctrine, hath a tongue, hath a revelation, hath an interpretation? let all things be done unto edifying. So let all things be done to edify. 1 Corinthians 14:9. So likewise ye, except ye utter by the tongue words easy to understand, how shall it be known what is spoken? For ye shall speak into the air. 1 Corinthians 14:11. Therefore, if I know not the meaning of the voice, I shall be unto him that speaketh a barbarian, and he that speaketh shall be a barbarian unto me. 1 Corinthians 14:23. If therefore the whole church be come together into one place, and all speak with tongues, and there come in those that are unlearned or unbelievers, will they not say that ye are mad? Does confusion come from God? 1 Corinthians 14:33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. God is not the author of confusion. What is the purpose of tongues? 1 Corinthians 14:22. Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe. So the purpose of tongues is for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. How therefore should all things be done? Corinthians 14:40. Let all things be done decently and in order. Do you now understand that the Bible has set forth specific tests for determining the genuineness of prophets? Do you understand that spiritual gifts are distributed according to God's will, not ours? Do you now understand that the purpose of the gift of tongues is to communicate the gospel, and would be useless were it not needed for that purpose? I hope you were blessed.